Hello everyone, my name is Joe, welcome to Genius of Joe. Today guys, we'll be discussing how to land your first dream client. And by dream client, I'm just referring to a client that will give you full creative control. You know what I mean? They're open to your style of shooting and they want your creative input basically. This may be a shorter video than usual, but let's just see how it goes, right? So in the early parts of my career, I would only get paid for shoots that basically required zero creative effort, you know what I mean? Like they were quite boring. I wasn't really able to go all out with the photo shoots, and yeah, it wasn't really something that I wanted to do. I didn't see any creative fulfillment from them, right? And I wanted to get paid for shoots where I would really go all out with it, show my style off, show what I can really do, and just be proud of what I created that day, so I can put it in my portfolio and show it off to the world basically. And I remember one day I was just doing some research on like these other like fashion and portrait photographers, looking at their work and their portfolio on the websites and stuff, and I was like, they do so many of these creative shoots, like how do I get paid to do these really fun creative editorial jobs for Vogue or Elle or any of these like companies like clothing brands or something like that? Little did I know that the only way they were able to get these creative jobs in the first place was because they showed off a signature style of shooting in the first place. How do you think these photographers got these jobs in the first place? They didn't just like do a bunch of boring and uncreative and unstylized photo shoots and all of a sudden they just landed that fun creative editorial job and then now they're just creating fun shoots. Like no, they got those jobs through expressing their signature style and experimenting in their portfolio in the first place. Like those types of shoots are already in their portfolio. See, the only way you're gonna land these fun, creative, editorial types of jobs is by showing off that you are that type of photographer in your portfolio. If a brand or a client wants something quite creative and bold and experimental, they will just hire another photographer who already has that on their portfolio. But what if I haven't shot any of these creative shoots? How will I attract these clients? Well guys, what if I told you that the only way you're gonna be able to build up a portfolio of creative photo shoots is by doing them, of course, and the only way you can do them in the early stages is by doing them for free. Because guys, this is how it all starts, right? You buy a camera, you buy a lens, you buy some lighting equipment or something like that, right? And you go out there and shoot as much as possible. Go out there, organize a photo shoot, think of a cool photo shoot concept that you can shoot on a lower budget, fund that photo shoot, go out there and book the studio or buy some props or buy that outfit or something like that. Go out there and try to organize a shoot with a makeup artist, work with a stylist, obviously find models online to shoot with, all that type of stuff. Guys, you need to go out there and start by building up your portfolio by yourself. Stop relying on other people to get shit done, to get work done. Stop relying on them to organize the photo shoot, to message you for a photo shoot, to budget your photo shoot. You need to do that all by yourself. It's like me, I'm messaging models all the time. Not like every single day, but like for the most part, I'm messaging models about organizing a photo shoot. Do you want to do this type of photo shoot? I've got this cool concept. Do you want to be a part of it? All that type of stuff, right? I'm never just sitting there being like, why is no one messaging me for a photo shoot? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going out my own way to get these shoots done. It's like, it's the same with the film industry, right? I don't know anything about the film industry. Like I know people in the film industry, right? That like they're in the growing stages of their career. They're kind of like similar to you watching this video maybe, and they're still kind of like trying to build up that portfolio. They're doing the same thing. They're budgeting their own films. They're like organizing it. They're producing their own stuff. They're not relying on like a production company to come through and like budget their shoots. Like obviously they would like that. Obviously they're going to try and do that. They're going to try and get a production company to like fund their film. But for the most part, if they know they can't do that, they can't get that, they're just doing it by themselves because they have passion and love for the art and they have passion for the film, and you should have the same passion for your photography. Don't think that, again, if you feel like you have to get paid for every single photo shoot that you do and you won't go out your own pocket and your own time to do a photo shoot, you don't love the game. You just don't love photography as much as you think you do. Clearly, if you're saying to yourself right now, would you spend £100 or $100 on your next photo shoot? If you had to, let's say you had to spend that much money to get the studio, to get like a really cool concept done, would you do that? Because I would do that. I have done that in the past. I spent like £200 on a photo shoot before. And that's because I have love for the game. Like I love this photography. I love photography, and I'll spend hundreds of pounds just to create amazing work. And I'm fine with that. Like for example, right, I did a World War II themed photo shoot like last year, and I organized it. There was like 7 of us. So we had the costume designer, the makeup artist, we had lighting assistants, we had people helping up setting up camera rigs, setting up the lights. Yeah, there was like 7 or 8 of us on the day, including assistants and everything like that, right? And it was a World War II theme photo shoot. We had World War II themed, like World War II outfits. We had the models and everything like that, right? The makeup done. It was amazing. And you might think, right, oh, that must have been like a really big like magazine submission or some magazine commission shoot. Like, no. It wasn't. It's just a free photo shoot, just like a little fun photo shoot that I wanted to do, and I wanted to organize with some people. I didn't pay anyone for that photo shoot. I didn't need like a big producer to help me out. I needed like a brand or a production company to fund it or something like that. Like, it was completely free. I just messaged a few people that I wanted to work with on this project. They came along, and yeah, and it's with people that I know of. Like, it doesn't have to be like your best friends or your friends or anything like that. Like, some of them were my friends, but for the most part, half the team were just people that I know of and I've met like once or twice, and I want to work with them because they're talented and they just wanted to work with me. Like, you don't have to be friends with every single person you work with, you know what I mean? You have to like know them and be like best friends with them and be like all that type of stuff. Like, you could just reach out to some stranger on the internet that you maybe know of and you've met once or you have mutual friends with or something like that, and you're like, boom, that's all you need, and they're gonna work with you. And by the way, guys, if you want to learn how to find models to shoot with and how I like to source models and other creatives for completely free, just like in the World War II theme photo shoot, guys, click the top link below, which is my free online program, Photo Genius Academy. That will give you access to a course, the Model Network course, which will tell you exactly how to find models and how to find creatives. Also, it will give you access to a course which will help you how to create this more fun editorial work so you can actually start landing your dream clients in the future. So again, guys, click the top link below. It's completely free, so there's no excuses. Join today, get access to those courses. And yeah, I wish I had this knowledge when I first started. So yeah, click the top link below, no excuses, yeah. But back to the video, guys, because I had this mindset, I was doing a bunch of these fun and these more creative editorial types of shoots. And guess what? I was attracting a lot of clients and they were hiring me for photo shoots. And guess what? Those photo shoots were these more fun, editorial, creative style photo shoots, right? And that was because I filled my portfolio with these fun and creative photo shoots, which told people that, yeah, this is the type of work that I like to create. This is what you're gonna get out of me if you were to hire me, so you know what to expect. That's another key point too, guys. Make sure you fill your portfolio with these creative shoots. Like, don't expect to get hired for these fun editorial type of shoots from brands or clients when your portfolio is filled with these more boring, corporate, unstylized, bland types of photo shoots. I could argue that you wouldn't even want to have any of those types of photo shoots on there. Just have the creative stuff on there so you only attract the clients that you want. And if you do want to include your commercial stuff in your portfolio, make sure to have it in different categories. So if you have a website, which I feel like you should have a website if you're a professional photographer, portrait photographer, that, right? You want to have it almost like in different sections. So for my website, I have like a section for editorials or personal work, and I have a section for commercial work. So it lets people know, okay, this is the commercial work, this is the more fun, creative editorial work that I do. And then, yeah, obviously you could probably just delete the commercial shoots altogether, but sometimes it's nice to do those commercial shoots because they are good money and we want money because we want to get paid the bills. So yeah. So yeah, guys, I would say in those early stages, don't expect a client to hire you for these more fun, creative photo shoots, especially if your portfolio doesn't have those more fun, creative photo shoots in the first place. So again, the only way you're gonna be able to build a portfolio with these fun creative shoots is by doing them for free, is by asking for favors, is by collaborating with other people. Maybe if it's even like budgeting your own photo shoot, you know what I mean, like you spending your own money on it. And guys, you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount. You could literally just spend like £50, £100, less than that. Like I know earlier I said I spent like £200 on a photo shoot. You don't have to do that. Obviously you don't have to do that. You can just spend like £50. Again, I've done photo shoots where I've only spent like £50 on the photo shoot and they've turned out amazing. You know what I mean? So it's like your camera gear. It's the same thing with like you buying, you've already spent like £2,000 or whatever on your camera and your lens. So what's an extra $100 or what's an extra $50 on a photo shoot? Not really a lot, guys, if you think about it. So yeah, do that. Because guys, a client isn't gonna hire you for these fun, creative photo shoots if if your portfolio is just filled with these bland, these unstylized commercial types of stuff, because they're going to look at that and go like, oh, this person doesn't really do that type of stuff, it's probably a commercial photographer. Even if you're not a commercial photographer, they're going to think that, and they're just going to hire a photographer who already has those more fun, creative editorials on there. It's like I talk to photographers on my paid program, by the way, second link below, click the second link below if you want to get personal training, whatever, right? I talk to them and they say the same thing of like, oh, I want to get these creative shoots, or I want to get hired for shoots with this specific look or something like that, but like they don't do the same thing, they don't do something similar with their own portfolio. Guys, your portfolio as a photographer is extremely important. It's a way of communicating to people what type of work that you would like to create and like to do. So again, if your portfolio is just filled with a bunch of these commercial types of photo shoots, people are just going to assume that you are a commercial photographer. But if your photo shoots or your portfolio is just filled with a bunch of editorial, fun, stylized photo shoots, you only get hired for those photo shoots. For the most part, you're only going to attract clients that want that type of look. Like for me, like I've been saying throughout the video, because my portfolio is just filled with these editorial types of shoots, these creative photo shoots, even if half of them are just like free photo shoots that I've done and budgeted, right? It tells clients, like, or people that look on my page, it tells them, okay, this person likes to do this type of stuff. They clearly like to do more fun, editorial, creative work. So you're only going to get hired for those types of jobs. And I every time a client messages me or a potential client messages me for a photo shoot, that's what they're expecting. They're going to want some type of creative input from me. You know what I mean? They even say that specifically in the email. They'll be like, I want your creative input. I want you to put your own style on it because I hired you for this look. You know what I mean? Like they literally say that in the email. They want my style. They want my input. And it's like, if you want those types of clients, again, you're going to have to like only show work that you actually are proud of and work that you want to get hired for. Because guys, people and clients could not read your mind. You know what I mean? Like they don't know what type of work that you want to create unless you show that off in your portfolio. Your portfolio needs to be a way of communicating to those clients that, yeah, this is the type of work that I like to create. So if your work is filled with these commercial, bland photo shoots, but you actually want to get hired for editorial shoots, you can't blame clients to think, right, that you're a commercial photographer. You know what I mean? But if you fill your portfolio with a bunch of editorial photo shoots, you're only going to get hired for that type of work. It's the same thing if you want to go for a different look. So let's say you like this more moody, cinematic, you know, that type of high contrast lighting type of portraits, right? But then your portfolio is just filled with a bunch of natural lights, low contrast, airy look. Then obviously you're never going to get hired by clients who want that high contrasty moody look. They're going to want the more airy look, and you're complaining why you're not getting hired for the moody stuff. That's why. It's the same thing with other industries. Let's go back to the film industry, for example. If you're a director and you want to get jobs directing horror films, but your portfolio is just filled with a bunch of comedies, then obviously you're only going to get hired for comedies or something similar to that genre. You're not going to get hired for horror stuff. Same thing with actors too, right? There's actors out there that they've been doing a bunch of comedy stuff, but they want to move into action or drama, but it's really hard for them to do that because they're just used to the comedy stuff and their brand is around that. So the only way you're going to be able to make that transition from commercial work to editorial work, or that airy look to that moody look, whatever it is by doing it yourself in those early stages. Don't rely on a client to hire you for that specific look. You might have to go out there and fund your own photo shoots, go out your own pocket. Like I said, I still do this to this day, but I fund my own creative editorial shoots a lot of the time, and that leads to the paid editorial shoots. You see what I mean? I did the free ones to get the paid stuff. I didn't just do a bunch of boring stuff and all of a sudden I got hired to do the creative stuff. I had to do the free stuff myself in the first place, go out of my own pocket. But it's an investment, guys. It's an investment because I went out of my own pocket, but I've made my money back tenfold probably from doing that. So it's worth it. So yeah, fund your own photo shoots. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys found this useful. Like, subscribe, comment, all that type of stuff. Again guys, check the top link below to my free online community or program called Photo Genius Academy. That will give you all the knowledge that I wish I had when I first started to help you build your portfolio from the ground up, create these editorial shoots, you know what I mean, and actually find people to do these shoots with. So guys, yeah, click the link below if you need help with that. And also guys, a quick plug too, again, click the second link below if you want more personal advice, you want to learn how to price yourself, you know, how to network with other people, all that type of stuff, right? Guys, click the second link below for that, Photo Genius University, which is my paid program that will give you personal advice, personal coaching, but you make even faster progress as a portrait photographer. So again, guys, if you want to check that out, click the second link below. And if you join today, you'll get access to the Portfolio Mastery course, which will go over all of my industry insights, everything that I know basically about pricing, about networking, about like just general etiquette, mindset shifts, all that type of stuff. So guys, again, if you want that, you want access to that course, click the second link below. Anyway guys, that is it. Click on any of these videos here to learn more portrait photography, and I'll see you next time guys. Goodbye.